Greetings, welcome back to Pink Odd Bird. Today I'm just going to do a quick little share of this little envelope set that I did for the Swap for Alternative Junk Journals, where we did a mysterious love letter swap where we had to do 3 altered envelopes. So let's go ahead and take a look. So my envelopes are going to be based off of a song from Queen of the Damned called Slept So Long, and I will link that song, so if you want to check it out you can if you don't know it already. And since Queen of the Damned, it's kind of like a vampire movie, and the costumes are really awesome in that movie, so I thought that I would make this little outerwear, if you will, for my envelope set. And it's just a really pretty kind of like a scale pattern pouch that I've made, and then the closure is some skull tulle that I had, and then I just stitched that with some elastic, and I put a little metal piece on there as just a little decoration for the closure. And it's just a simple, like, basic pouch that I've made, and I think it's really cute. I love this pouch. So these are my 3 envelopes, and it's not a real heavy story, but it has kind of like a sequence that it goes through. So here's the first envelope, and basically this is what the front looks like. And for the story, I kind of wanted it to be like there's a guy who's already a vampire, and there's a girl that he likes, and he wants her to let herself turn into a vampire also, so they can be together forever. But he's kind of like mad because he's having to try and convince her so much because she's not really sure if that's what she wants to do. So here is the first envelope, and it's really pretty. I just did some collaging. I used a little ReleasetheCraftin images here, and I wrote the word slept down here. There's a little trim. And then here on the back, this is what it looks like. I used my gold metallic marker for this, and there's a little owl up at the top, and I just cut out some random words from the actual book page that these owls were on. And so on the inside of this one, it says petty souls, because he says he's killed 1 million petty souls, but he couldn't kill you. And this is just like one of those calendars that I was talking about when I showed myself making these envelopes. And I just did a little bit of spraying so that it's kind of like blood, but this is him waiting. And then these are kind of like invitations that he's sending her. He wants to take her out to like see these plays in the theater. And like, for example, this one, The Forbidden Path. And if you read it, like the stirring story of a girl dragged down in sin by force of circumstances beyond her control. So they're kind of like, it's sort of like inference, where he's like trying to put it in her mind, like, you know, be a vampire. Okay, so that is the first envelope. And the second envelope is this one here. So as you can see, I've also just did some collaging on this one, and I wrote the word sleep here. And then this is the back, and we have just a little bit more collaging as well. And on the inside of this one, we have just a couple little journaling pieces. This one says alone without a care. So it feels like he's starting to get like a little bit more like desperation, where he's like, come on, like he can't live with her, he can't live without her, and he really wants to convince her. So there's signs of desperation there. Just a little coffee stained scrap here for more writing. And then this is her, the girl that he is enraptured by. So this is what she looks like, and just coffee stained on the back. So that's that one. And then the final envelope is this one. And this is kind of the phase where he finally convinces her to let him turn her into a vampire. And so the little token says found, because he's finally found what he's been longing for, which is the love of his life, to be able to live with him for all eternity. So this is what the front looks like. And here's the back. And this is some vintage, this is actually antique newspaper here. And then it opens like this. And then on the inside, I've just added a couple of journaling pieces that are more geared towards like vampires. Like here you can see the bat, and then he's over the girl. And then here, this is kind of like where the bite takes place. So a little bit more blood on the back of that one. So she's finally decided to let him turn her into a vampire, and there's a little bit more writing space. And then I wrote the word sleeping in here because her mortal body is finally now sleeping, and she will be living eternally as an immortal vampire. And this is just the inside. It's got the little bats and stuff like that. So this is my little collection of envelopes, and just trying to keep it kind of simple, but I definitely did want to have like that little a little substance to what I did here. And yeah, so I hope whoever gets these envelopes likes it. And the little pouch, it's so cute. And yeah, so if you guys haven't already, you can check out the Facebook group where we will be doing more swaps like this throughout the year, or even, you know, similar to this, or other ideas that we come up with, just more swaps in general. So yeah, so that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned, because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.